organic, unpredictable, unknown, lovely, beautiful, a sense of fulfillment. This is part of the pleasures of life and not the chores of life.
Coming up tonight on Daily Iowan TV, over the weekend I headed downtown Iowa City to get the dish on how students have been using fake IDs and the legal repercussions.
We'll also take a look at what one single father is doing to make improvements in his community.
While we saw beautiful temperatures over the weekend, this last full week of February has Mother Nature confused, with more sunny days and falling back into winter weather with chances of flurries.
The Lady Hawks had an exciting weekend inside Carver.
Find out how these Iowa teams took the W's coming up in sports.
All that and more coming up.
Daily Iowan TV starts now. Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Keaton Fuller.
And I'm Nikki Crossway.
At least 6 people are dead and others injured after a gunman went on a random shooting spree in Kalamazoo County, Michigan, Saturday night. The assailant started his killing spree outside of an apartment complex, shooting a woman multiple times. He then moved to a car dealership 15 miles away and shot a father and son. The shootings ended in the parking lot of a Cracker Barrel where he shot 5 more people. The shooter, 45-year-old Jason Dalton, was arrested Sunday morning. He will likely be facing multiple first-degree murder and attempted murder counts.
After low attendance at the South Carolina primary Saturday night, Jeb Bush has suspended his campaign. Bush came in fourth after Trump, Rubio, and Cruz with only 7.8% of the voters. After the Bush family and his super PAC spent millions of dollars in advertising, Bush told supporters that, quote, "The people of Iowa and New Hampshire and South Carolina have spoken, and I really respect their decision."
It was another slim win in the competitive Democratic race for the nomination at the Nevada caucus. Hillary Clinton won in Nevada with 52.7% of the votes. This is Clinton's first primary win after Iowa. Sanders won in New Hampshire. The next Democratic primary is only a week away in South Carolina, where Clinton is holding a large lead once again.
Underage drinking can cause legal trouble for hundreds of students of University of Iowa, but not everyone is aware of the severity. I went out this week to look at the consequences of using fake IDs. Iowa City laws currently allow underage students into the bar until 10 p.m. For some students, finding alternate ways to extend this curfew have cost them in more than one way. With online counterfeiting of ID cards and driver's license, it's becoming easier for students underage to get into the bars. However, a neon wristband won't stop a police officer from approaching any student inside of a bar. I sat down with the Iowa City Police Department to discuss the serious consequences along with possessing a fake ID.
The difference between those is one that is created by the state of Iowa, by the issuing authority. If it's not yours or if it's altered in any way, those are simple misdemeanors to possess, to use, or to lend your ID out to somebody. If we go into the completely fictitious, where they're purchased off the internet or manufactured in someone's apartment or home, those are a serious misdemeanor, which is an indictable offense, and those are the ones, if you're caught with that, you can be arrested and you have to be taken to jail through the booking process.
Access to purchasing a fictional fake ID is as simple as a Google search for underage students. Fake ID manufacturers simply ask for your information and for you to send a headshot of yourself. Manufacturers promise clients a scannable fake ID with a UV hologram that will work at both bars and liquor stores. Bar owners and bartenders are required to go through the Iowa program for alcohol compliance training to spot fake IDs.
This picture looks like it's planted on there or something. And then if the signatures aren't in the right place, that's another telltale sign.
When hitting the bar scene downtown, students should be aware of the charges and fines they face not carrying their own personal ID. Reporting downtown Iowa City, Nikki Crossway, Daily Iowan TV.
Over the weekend, the UI lost a long-standing resident on campus. On Friday, high winds tore a 50-year-old Douglas fir tree from the ground. While there were no injuries and minimal damage, the university is sad to see her gone. Well, Nikki, I wonder if we'll be having any more winds that tore apart that fir tree this week.
Well, it's been a beautiful week with the beautiful weather. Let's send it over to Sydney in the weather studio to find out what's up this week.
It looks like this past weekend's warm weather was just a tease. This week we'll be dropping back down into the 30s and 40s, and Monday morning we'll see partly cloudy skies with a high of 41, and night will drop down to about 30 with light winds. Throughout the week, temperatures will stay in the mid-30s range. throughout the day, leaving us with temperatures in the mid to upper 20s and throughout the evening. This weekend we'll see partly sunny and partly cloudy skies, and will rise as high as 38 on Sunday afternoon and drop to as low as 17 on Saturday night. Now, on the other side of the world, tropical cyclone Winston hit Fiji Saturday, killing about 10 people, destroying hundreds of homes. All flights in and out of Fiji have been canceled until further notice. Fiji declared it'll be under a month-long state of disaster. That's weather for this week. Have a nice week, Hawkeyes.
One UI student group threw a party this weekend, or rather, a wedding. They hosted a mock shadi to let UI students experience a South Asian wedding. The students said it was a fun and unique event to help others get a taste of a different culture. The celebration for Indian weddings usually lasts for an entire week or an entire month. People often welcome strangers to join their wedding. For Indian culture, the longer the event and the more people who join in the festivities, the more blessings that the new couple have.
No events as such and no organization as such that was in Iowa City that was a full charitable organization. So that is where our idea was born, and we thought, hey, what's the most important facet of South Asian culture, and that is the wedding. So that is exactly why we decided to do it in Iowa City.
Pajamas are cozy, no doubt about it, but for the victims of relationship abuse, they can provide a whole other level of comfort. For the past 6 years, this comfort is something that the North Corridor Rotary Club has been helping provide victims of domestic violence with. The group packages dozens of pairs of women's pajamas to send to Johnson County domestic violence centers, which serve as many as 400 women annually.
On the southeast side of Iowa City stands an organization many call home. Daily Iowan TV's Melanie Taylor has more on the Dream Center, meant to change lives.
The Dream Center strives to strengthen families, change lives, and restore hope.
So at the Dream Center, we're trying to create an atmosphere where individuals can get the services that they need, the supports that they need, get the programs that they need, as well as to find a place that they can call home.
Frederick Newell founded the Dream Center in 2012, his inspiration being the struggles he faced as a young single father. After graduating from the University of Iowa, he decided to address single fatherhood issues.
Some of the most rewarding things is when fathers do get involved to see the success of that father and his children.
Newell works with people of all ages, and while most Dream Center families stay in Iowa City, he stays in touch with others through social media and phone calls. Many kids wouldn't have gotten their jobs or education without the support of Newell and the Dream Center.
The Dream Center strives for young adolescents to dream, believe, and achieve. Reporting from Iowa City, Melanie Taylor, Daily Iowan TV.
One exiled American is trying to come home. Edward Snowden spoke via Skype from Russia over the weekend with a group of supporters in New Hampshire about returning to the United States. Snowden is a former National Security Agency contractor who leaked information about a secret government eavesdropping program in 2013. Instead of facing charges which could lead to a 30-year prison sentence, he left the country. Snowden said that he is willing to be extradited back to the United States if the federal government would assure a fair trial with a jury.
One professor at the UI is doing his part to keep our soldiers safe. After receiving over $2 million from the military, engineering professor Abdel Malik is working on a virtual reality research program for the soldiers. The program uses computer tracking to predict and prevent injuries of those in the military. They hope to study individual human ability and thus prevent injuries.
Hopefully, Keaton, one day that research will help everyone, maybe even our Hawkeyes.
That should be great, Nikki. Let's throw it over to the sports studio to find out more about Hawkeye athletics.
Thanks, Nikki and Keaton. The Lady Hawks were busy inside Carver Hawkeye Arena this weekend.
That's right, Ashlyn. The weekend started off with a win from the women's basketball team on Thursday. But first, we'll take a look at the Lady Gym Hawks. Iowa women's gymnastics teams continued their win streak on Saturday night as they hosted Townsend in a very special meet that honored more than the team's seniors. Sports reporters Katie Reber and Katie Sextro have more.
Taking the floor one final time in Carver this season wasn't just special for the team seniors, but the entire team as they honored cancer survivors in their annual Pink Meet.
It's always very emotional because so many people are affected by cancer, unfortunately. We felt it was the least we could do. You know, we have this audience, why not show people how much we appreciate, the fighters, the cancer fighters' strength and everything they go through every day. What we put on here, it's a sport and it's fun, but it's not as important as supporting the people who are going through something like that. So if we can do any little thing to show them how much we admire them, we're going to do it.
My grandmother was actually diagnosed with cancer a while ago, and she happened to pass away. So it's something that's very touching to me and makes me a little emotional.
So being able to do that for other people feels good.
The pink meet also honored the team seniors who have contributed above and beyond the bar.
The way these two kids have impacted our program has been tremendous, and the growth from them has been unbelievable.
It means a lot to have 4 years and be able to come out here, with my team and have the opportunity to compete.
Allie and her leadership in our team, Apua, everybody knows who she is. It's her energy. It's the passion for the sport.
I loved it. I love competing in Carver. It's just a great experience, something that you look forward to as a gymnast or as a gym hawk.
The two of them, the love for their team, they put that above everything every single time they step out onto the floor.
Really happy just to come out here with my team and put it all out on the floor. No matter what happens, it was an awesome, fun experience, and I love them, and it couldn't have gone any better in my opinion.
Saturday night's victory didn't come quite how the Hawks had hoped. Katie Sextro has more.
It wasn't quite what head coach Larissa Libby had envisioned for the Gym Hawks' last home meet. And while the best teams fall sometimes, resilience is key.
It's bad timing for us, certainly, and that doesn't excuse being highly ranked and then coming in here and having a poor performance. But it is what it is. I mean, falls are going to happen. I don't have an issue with the fact that they fell, and I told them that. It's that we didn't take the stand to come back after we made the falls or the errors, and I didn't like how we conducted ourselves tonight.
Even with a few falls from several of the best gymnasts, it didn't crush the spirit of the team or the crowd. And the Hawks definitely flew more than they fell Saturday night. The Gym Hawks came away with a victory in each category over Towson and won by a total of 2.4 points. But with only being halfway through their season, Libby says they have a ways to go.
We'll go back to the table and figure out what went wrong and how we're going to fix it, because people are going to be tired and people are going to make mistakes. So we'll evaluate it and adjust. We didn't do a good job at adjusting tonight, and that's what we have to figure out.
It sounds like the Gym Hawks have some work to do in the practice gym. We'll see what they can bring to the floor during their next meet. Reporting from inside Carver Hawkeye Arena for Katie Reber, this is Katie Sextro, Daily Iowan TV Sports.
Up next for the Hawks is a trip to Colorado, where they will take on Denver, Southeast Missouri, and Illinois Chicago on February 27th.
Taking it to the court, Iowa women's basketball ended their week on a good note with a victory over Purdue. Stopping a 4-game losing streak, Alex Giannakopoulos has the story.
Bouncing back from a tough loss against Minnesota, the Hawkeyes welcomed the Boilermakers in the Carver Thursday night and stopped their 4-game losing streak. Tania Davis helped the team get to an early start. She had 12 total points and led the team with 6 assists. Megan Gustafson was on fire offensively, shooting 7 of 9 from the field. She led both teams in scoring with 18 points and recorded 4 blocks. The Boilermakers came out strong in the second half, but Gustafson helped her team stay consistent, shooting perfect from the field in the third quarter and recording 13 points in the second half alone. The front court was the difference maker for Iowa, as Chase Coley also had a terrific night, scoring 14 points and tying the lead for her team in rebounds with 7, alongside Megan Gustafson. It wasn't all perfect, as the Hawkeyes gave up 21 turnovers, but they forced 17 of their own, like a steal from Tania Davis late in the game that was crucial for Iowa's victory. This win gives the Hawkeyes good reason to celebrate, as Purdue beat Iowa by double digits the last time they played. Iowa has 3 more regular season games to improve the Big Ten tournament seed to a possible 6 or 7. Alex Giannakopoulos, Daily Iowan TV Sport.
Iowa took on Indiana this afternoon. Check us out on Monday, where we will have the full recap of their game.
That's all for us in the sports. Back to you guys at the desk.
And on a more cuddly note, Boston's Franklin Park Zoo has welcomed a new kid to the family. The baby Nigerian dwarf goat is named Chewbacca and was born to proud parents Leia and Lucky. This little one was 4 pounds when she was born and is reported to be bright and active.
That's all we have for you tonight on Daily Iowan TV.
Be sure to check out our website, dailyiowan.com, for all the latest news. For Daily Iowan TV, I'm Keaton Fuller.
And I'm Nikki Crossway. Have a great night, Iowa City.